another GCSE Computer Science video with me, Mr Goff, for MrGoff.com. Today's video will focus on network protocols. Protocols are sets of rules that allow devices to communicate. Before two devices communicate, they need to know what sort of language they're going to speak and what kind of data they can expect to be transferred. Ethernet is actually a family of protocols rather than a single protocol. It determines how data is transmitted across Ethernet cables on a network. It does this by breaking the data down into small chunks known as frames. It uses the MAC addresses of devices to know where to send the data. WLAN, more commonly known by its trademark name Wi-Fi, is also a family of protocols. It determines how data is transmitted across a wireless network. To do this, a wireless access point connected to a network converts the network's data into radio waves and broadcasts it to devices with a wireless network adapter that are within range of the wireless access point. It also receives wireless signals from those devices and converts them to digital signals so the user can send data to the network as well. TCP is short for the Transmission Control Protocol. This is used to break up data that is to be sent across the internet into small chunks known as packets. Each packet is labelled with the sender's and receiver's IP address, the total number of packets in the transmission, and the number of this individual packet. This information is used to check for errors when the data is received at the other end. UDP is short for User Datagram Protocol. This is another method for splitting up data to be sent over the internet. In this method, messages known as datagrams are sent between devices. One of the key differences from TCP is that there's no error checking to take place and an open connection is maintained between the two devices throughout the transmission. This makes it much faster and suitable for things like online gaming and video streaming. IP stands for Internet Protocol. This is the protocol used to route packets from source to destination across the internet. It does this by routers using network address tables that update the fastest way to each of the next routers that they are connected to every time a packet is sent. By consulting these tables, packets are each sent the fastest way to the destination, even though they might all be going to the same place. Because the tables are constantly changing, they may not all be sent the same way, because the fastest route will constantly be changing. HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is the protocol used to request HTML web pages from a web server for viewing in a web browser. HTTPS is the secure version of Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It serves the same purpose as HTTP, but in addition, it encrypts the information before it's transmitted, so if it were intercepted it could not be read. This is why it's used when sensitive details like banking details or login details are transmitted over the internet. A padlock could be seen next to the URL when a site is using HTTPS. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It's used to transfer files between a client and a server. FTP is commonly used to transfer web pages to a hosting server from where they can be requested by people using a web browser. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It's responsible for part of the email process. When you send an email, it's responsible for the email going from your computer to your email server, and from your email server to the recipient's email server if they're using a different host. IMAP, or the Internet Messaging Access Protocol, is the protocol that allows users to view email messages that they've received on their mail server from other people. This also allows them to organise messages into groups, set reminders, and store draft messages. That brings me to the end of this video looking at network protocols. I hope you'll join me again soon when I'll be looking at network security. In the meantime, try the resources at MrGoff.com to help you revise computer science. And until next time, it's bye for now.